Hey, how's it going everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome to One Last Hand. Today we're playing some Vantage. Look, I'm gonna just talk very quickly about the game in a couple of bits, and then we're gonna dive straight in. We're not gonna waste any time. We are playing the game with a few upgrades, just in case you're thinking about getting this game. We're using the character boards. You can see them here. The reason I picked these up is they're dual layer, and a lot of this game is about your 9-card grid, and I didn't want them sliding around. These come with these character cards printed into the player boards. You get the cards in the box, so you get this main card in the box. So the other things we're playing with is the metal coins. We've got those here, and the wooden token. So everything else is standard stuff, but I just wanted to make that clear in case you were thinking about getting the game and then wonder why it didn't come with those things. We've got most of our things done. We've got our challenge pool dice. There are 10 dice here. It's 8 plus the number of players. This game plays almost identically solo to multiplayer. The only difference in multiplayer is you're going to be getting these large cards here that have your locations on them, and you're going to kind of be having them in a little stand that points towards you, so other people can't see. We're going to place these cards here in the middle there so you can see exactly what I see. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to talk through all the bits and pieces. Just know if any of these 3 things get to 0, we lose the game, and we're going to grab a mission in a second that is our winning objective. Other than that, it's kind of see what happens. It's a nice, chilled sort of roam around, identify things and learn things. This isn't a campaign game. Between plays, you reset everything, but you do take the knowledge that you have. One thing I'd love to do, and I'd love your thoughts on this, is I'd like to come up with some objectives that we can carry through from one session to another. For example, one in my head is, can we find out the name of the native name of the planet that we're on? Obviously Earth, for example. So we're crash landing on a planet. Can we find out what the locals call it? Is one. What do we know about their flora, their fauna, those sorts of things. We could set some objectives. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because I'd love to hear them. Let's get into it. We've got a huge number of books in this game. They've all got paragraphs in. They're all going to tell us to turn to pages and read them. I'm going to talk about all of those when we get into them. The first thing we do is we take a thing called the Book of Vantages, which is this book here. And I'm just going to place this here and show you what it looks like. Every location card we get is going to look similar to this. It's going to have an image, which we're going to try and get as much information as we can. It's going to have a location number. On the right hand side, there's going to be some action numbers. We'll talk about those when we see them, some actions that we can take. But this is the setup card. So it says, weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the traveler, your ship arrives in the orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge pool, 8 dice plus 2 per player. We've done it. We saw those on the main blue board. Number 2, each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize. Now, there are 6 skills in this game. We get these skill dice to roll. The skills are move. You don't need to remember these, but move. We've got look. We've got engage, which is the orange one. We've got help, which is the green one. We've got take, which is the yellow one, which is sometimes a little tough to see. And we've got overpower, which is the red one. Don't need to worry about those, but we're going to roll this die, and whatever we get, we're going to pick up a skill token. So we got a green. So we are going to take the green skill token. They look like these. You can see they're matching symbols. Plus, we're going to get the character card. So the character card for this is 1438. I'm not actually going to pick that up because 1438 is here. As you can see down here, 1438. So I'm going to tuck this book to the side for a second. I'm going to remove all of these other character sheets underneath, and I'm going to place this one here in the middle. So we know who we're going to be. We are Ira the Medic. We'll talk about what we're looking at on this card in a second. Next, it says on the Book Advantages, it says create, each player sets their stats. So we've already done that. On the center board, you can see we've put everything on 3. I'm actually going to bump them up because it recommends starting with daring. So we are on 4, the daring. Okay, so that's where we start. Again, if any of those get to 0, game over. Okay, the next thing it says, the first player gains 2 skills at random. So we're now going to roll 2 of these dice. We get a blue and a red. We're going to pick those up and put them over here. So we're now building up our pool of dice. So I'll tuck these here so you can see them for the time being. And that's those done. And that is that. We then grab the matching mission. So the way this works is on this right hand side we've got the symbols. If we roll doubles, it would tell us to roll again, or suggest that we roll again. But we are looking for the red and blue symbol, therefore 1580 is our mission. We're then going to go to this massive box of cards. There's hundreds of, if not thousands of cards in here, and we are going to go to the number that the book said, which was 1580. We're going to find that card. This is how we're going to get a mission complete. We are going to try and achieve whatever it says on this card. So here it is. Collect Flora samples. Have a total of at least one Flora plus one per player in grids or reserves. Don't worry about those two things. If you do, read 1587 in the Book of Secrets. You'll notice on the right hand side of this card there is Pivot, Research, Plead, Hone. They are skills that we can do, checks that we can do as we're playing. So I have put our mission card down here. You're going to be able to see it all of the time, very smallly, but in the top of this screen you can see there is our mission. We may, as we go through the game, find destinies, and they will go on this section here. There are other ways that we can win the game. If we complete our mission and our destiny, we get an epic victory, and therefore we can move on. That is everything it says to do on the card. It says, then go to location 01, which is found on the back of the Book of Secrets. So I've just got to find that, and then we'll go to that. Here we go, Book of Secrets. I say there's so many books in this game, but we have another one. So this one is another location. You can see this one's a little worse than the last one, 001. It says, the ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. Each player gains a different skill, select or random. We're gonna randomize it. I love the fact that all of this is random. So let's roll this. We get another overpower. We might be violently attacking the Flora on this planet, and then places the matching location to their in their card holder. So our matching location is 007. So we're going to find 007 from the deck. Now, as I said, we would have a card holder which would place it in so it looks like this, and we'd keep this in the back so people can't see the back of the cards, because most of them are dual-sided. But this is our location. I'm going to tuck this down here and we'll have a proper look at it. So this is our starting view. As you can see, it looks like we're coming down over a desert, heading towards some shores and some mountainous areas. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting you towards the planet in a completely different direction from the others. So if we're playing this multiplayer, everyone would have a different location card. Gain 2 random skills and crash into the matching location. So we're going to roll 2 dice again. Okay, they rolled a bit far, but they are our 2 skills. So red and yellow. So we'll take 1 each of those tokens and tuck them on our board. We've now got 3 overpower. And then we're looking for the yellow and red action, which is here, which is 460. Okay. So I'm going to find location 460. Okay, we have it here. I'm going to tuck these dice out of the way, and I'm going to place this here. 460. A work crew assembles a vessel in a shipyard on the outskirts of a large city. Look at us. We've landed near, hopefully, civilization, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to get plants around here. So the way this card is laid out, we have the location number. When we do one of these checks, we are going to go to the matching book and find paragraph 460. That's going to give us a skill check. I'm going to show you, we're just going to play it through and I'm going to show you. We could raid the city. I have got 3 overpower things. Now, I've got no idea what it takes to raid a city, but it could be fun, right? I mean, I wouldn't normally turn up and raid a city, but what's the worst that can happen? We could hijack, we could build, we can entertain, we can spy, or we can steer. I don't really have anything here that really stands out about what we want to do, but I am intrigued by raiding a city. Yeah, we've landed on this planet. Do we want to set up base by having a whole city under our control? Yes, let's do it. So the way this is going to work is I'm just going to zoom back to this board. I'm going to keep these tokens up here so you can see them. So what we're going to do is I have made a decision that I am going to do the raid action. I cannot change that decision now. Well, I can until I read the paragraph in the book. We are going to go to the red book. We're going to go to paragraph 460. I can't believe I'm doing this. 460. And with a medic, we've just turned up and we've chosen violence. So we're going to go to paragraph 460, which is here. And you see the bit at the top. We're just going to read the top bit. Raid the shipyard. right? So that's all we know. We're turning up and raiding the shipyard. There was, next to 460, was 3. The skill check of 3 is what that means. So if I can show you this again, I should have shown this while I zoomed in. 463, raid the shipyard. That's the only bit that we read. If we were playing this multiplayer, one of our friends would be reading it to us. We can now decide how we want to do that skill check. If we just want to go for it, we would take 3 dice and we would roll them, right? We're not doing this, but we'd take 3 dice and we would roll them. If we rolled this, it would actually be quite a good result. These dice means they're blank. They do nothing, which in this case is good because when we roll dice, we take them and we put them in our challenge pool here, or our challenge area, the penalty box. If we put these in the penalty box, we don't take a penalty because they're blank. If we put a heart in the penalty box, we lose a heart. If we put a time in the penalty box, we lose a time, etc., etc. So all of this game is about exploration and then negating the things that we uncover. That roll would have been really good, by the way. I am going, because I'm not expecting to be too violent going forward, I'm going to spend 2 of our tokens. So it means instead of rolling 3 dice, because I've already passed 2 of them, I'm just rolling 1. So now we're going to roll this die and see what we get. We get a heart. Now, the biggest part of this game is negating. So we're really trying to get a 9x9 grid because every card that you pick up, in theory, is going to have places where you can put dice. Now, each box has some rules around it. This one, with the little lightning symbol, means I can only put hearts in this box because of the heart icon, and anyone, if we were playing multiplayer, could do this with my permission. So if someone else rolled it, I could allow them to put their die here. So I can put this one here, and we're all good. If I was doing a green action check, the help action, I could put any result in this box, and this little symbol means gain a boost. I should have already gained 2 boosts because this says when placed, gain 2 boosts. So I'm going to do that. Boost is sort of your resource. You can use it to do certain things. You can see here I can spend 2 to get a credit or a move skill, or I can spend 1 to reroll one of my challenge dice. So lots of benefits there, but let's keep these here. And we are going to put this here. We've passed our challenge. We spent 2 to do it and then rolled this and could place this. Now the problem we've got is I've got nowhere else to put any of these cards, or any of these dice. So if we have to do another challenge, we might be in trouble. So early on, we're really about getting more things. So we raided the shipyard in 460. So then it says, a coordinated cry goes up among the shipwrights as you attack. Clearly this isn't the first time they've been a target of pirates. One Sentient, not wanting to fight, simply hands you a screwdriver and motions for you to leave. Gain item 875. I mean, I was after a ship. A screwdriver sounds equally useful, right? 875. So we now have a screwdriver. And you can see here, this has got 2 more boxes. So if we're doing the help action again, we can put the time symbol here and get a thing on this. Or we can put any die on here if we're doing a pick, assemble, or a repair action specifically. And then at the bottom here, you see it's got 3 little spaces for boost cubes. And then if you spend 2 cubes off this, you get a green skill. So that's this section here. But it says craft in a more advanced item. Reverse this. Gain a lockpick set 934 or a metal key. And what this means is it's a green skill check. You have to roll 4 dice. And I think it costs you 1 cube. We'll have a look at that. I think it costs you 1 cube from this section. So we really need to get cubes on this to benefit from it. We'll check that as we go, but I've got no plans to use the screwdriver. But what we do is choose where we're going to put it. I'm going to put it in the corner here, I think. There is no real issue with where you're placing things. Some cards will have benefits when you place them. You might have one that says every card around it gets a boost cube. That is only the cardinal direction. Only cards sharing a long or short side are adjacent. No diagonals. Okay, so we've raided a shipyard and the only thing we picked up was a screwdriver. Now, this action doesn't say continue, so there is nothing more for us to do. We can enter the city. We can travel away from the city. We can not take another action on this card. If it said continue, we could. I think we're going to move. Now, the way movement works is if we look at this card here, you can see there is a number here, 459. If we take this, we have to do a 1 skill check, roll 1 die or spend 1 skill for movement, and then we immediately go to 459. If we choose any of the other locations, we have to pass a test. And again, not really got any place to put those dice. So I'm going to go 459. we are going to roll one single die. We got this symbol, which we haven't seen before. This symbol is a setback. What that means, instead of going in the penalty box, it goes back in the challenge pool, which just means it's going to take longer for us to pass our test. But that's a reasonable result for us because we can go to 459 without having to worry about it. So we put this card here and we pick up 459. Here we go. So we've traveled south, 459. Whenever we see this little speech mark on a card, it means we've met the traveler. This little funny red dude in this little pointy hat is the traveler. He's the one who spoke to us, or they're the one that spoke to us when we were crash landing. And you can see here, he's saying something to us. You're lucky this part of your spaceship missed hitting the nearby capital city. So our spaceship has crashed here, and this is what we see. I'm guessing this is the wreckage of our ship. What's interesting is you might notice there's a little action there, a little search action icon on the thing. I don't have any search skills to do it, but you can see on the roof there is a search thing. So maybe we want to do a search. I don't think I've played 2 or 3 games of this. Haven't really understood why there's those symbols that we know as our skills printed on various bits. So we can see the shipyard to the north. We obviously don't want to go back that way. We could try and repair the ship or something in the ship. We could salvage. We could cleave. Not sure what we're cleaving, the wreckage, I guess. We can try and squeeze into it. But maybe we'll take if I take the search action and it's a high skill check, I've got nothing to do it with. I'm going to take the repair action. That's what I'm going to do. I've got a screwdriver, I've got a slot here. Let's take the repair action. So we're going to 459 in the green book to do a repair action. Okay, 459 says repair 3. Okay, not ideal. I'm going to spend 1 to make it a 2, and I'm going to roll 2 dice. Okay, we got 2 hearts. I can immediately place one of these hearts in this box and get a boost cube. Now the other heart, I am taking the repair action, so I can tuck it into this slot here. You can see here, well, you might not be able to see here. This card that I'm pointing at here has the repair action on one of these cubes, or one of these cards, so I can place this in here because that's what I'm doing. Again, that means we negate the damage, but we've now only got 1 slot and we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice to roll. But we succeed at the repair action, so 459 says repair the spaceship. I should have read that bit to you, I apologise. After patching a small portion of the shattered spaceship, you realise just how big of a task you've created for yourself. Gain Destiny 1605. Place it into the centre. And 1 boost. Whenever the books say gain 1 boost, we do it on our cards, on our character card. You may stop or continue with a help 5 repair. Okay, so we need to find Destiny 1605. So this is going to be another way that we can win the game. 1605 is repair your ship. Find ship wreckage, repair it. There's an asterisk next to it. And upgrade it into a fully functional ship. If you do, you may complete the Destiny by reading 1605 in the Book of Secrets. This could be one of our things, complete every Destiny, if we wanted to do that. You may repair even if you've performed other actions on a location with a shipwreck. So if we find places with a shipwreckage, we can always take the repair action. This is going to go in our Destiny slot at the top. We've now got 2 ways of finishing the game. If we ever complete the grid of cards, we can also gain another Destiny. You can have as many Destinies as you want. Okay, so we repaired. This did have some more info in, so I'm just going to read it, so bear with me. It also said you may either stop or continue with a help 5 repair. I don't want to do that. I think this means read on, then read the next result only. Okay, so basically we're done. We've repaired a part of our ship. I don't know how many parts of the ship there are for us to repair. How do I know when I've done this? Repair your ship, find ship wreckage, repair it, repair it and upgrade it into a fully functional ship. Right, so we'd have to keep going. I can't take another action. I've got too many dice to roll. Although it would be interesting to know, could I roll all of those dice and succeed in a Destiny within like the first 2, 3, 4 turns? But I think to be safe, we're going to travel away from here. We're going to go to 458, which is a 1 dice roll. I'm just going to spend a move action to do it, I think. So we're going to 458, which is on the other side of this card. Here we go. A nearby tower emits a series of beeps, chirps, and hums. We have scale, study, transmit, craft, hack, or cleave. Now I'm trying to get some foliage, right? I'm trying to get some flora. I need 2 flora. We could try cleave. Are we trying to cleave the tower? Or are we trying to cleave the anything else? I've got no real way of doing anything good here for us. We could try hacking, but again, I haven't got any cards to figure out where I'm going to put these things. I mean, I should really try and go into the city. Okay, let's try cleave. I don't know what cleave is for. What are we cleaving? So we're spending 1 already, because let's be honest, it's going to be tough. 4, 5, 8. If we're trying to cleave a tower, we're insane. 4, 5, 8 says, cleave the tower from its base. It's a 3 check. I've spent 1. We're going to roll 2 dice. I don't know why I'm chopping down this tower. I don't know why I choose these actions. Okay, this is not great. So we have nowhere to put these dice. I could re-roll these with some boost, but I could equally take the penalties for these. Let's take the penalties. So these dice go into our challenge pool, and our time and our morale go down. Okay, so we are taking the cleave action. We've succeeded. We took some damage, obviously. The tower lands with a thud, but it holds firm. It provides a makeshift bridge. Go to east 764 or south 457. Either way, continue. So we're going to go to 764 because I think that's where the city is. So we're going to tuck this one back in here. And 476, I think I read the wrong number. 476, here it is. This does not look like a city. Okay. Despite the rolling waters to the south and the west, an island paradise sits above the tide. We can enter, we can spy, we can trade, we can offer, we can steal. Do we enter? Do we just go into this lovely little paradise? I don't have anything to trade. I could try and steal. I've only got 1 skill token and it's a steal token, so maybe that is the way forward. I guess we steal, right? Why am I such an arsehole? Right, we're going to steal. So I probably don't need to spend this straight away. Let's find out how much the skill is. So steal on 476. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a medic. I'm meant to be peaceful. 476. Steal from the building. It's a 1 check. I'm just going to spend 1, I think. And we're going to pass it straight away. As you enter the building, you find a Sentient facing west, fully absorbed by watching the elemental in that direction. Go to interior 510. Okay, we're finding out a little bit more. So we've got a Sentient here, but we've also got an elemental in the background. Okay, so bearing in mind we were stealing, does this say anything else? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. As you enter the building, you find a Sentient facing west, fully absorbed and watching the elemental in that direction. Go to 510. So we're stealing again, right? Do I have to do the check? I'm not sure what these icons are. I'm guessing we can look at different things, or the actions refer to different things. We came here to steal, so let's steal. So this is 510. So 3 skill check. Steal the most beautiful item from the cottage. I'm going to have to roll 3 dice for this. This is bad news. Right, okay. Here we go. Okay, so we can do this. I'm going to re-roll 1 of these at least. That's great. And I'm going to lose the health. So we can tuck this here. Now, we've now got only 2 dice left in our challenge pool. If we have to do a skill 3 check, we're going to refresh all our dice. That means we can take them off here. But we have succeeded, stealing from 510. The hardcover tome catches your eye. Gain item 1045. Maybe it's a book of flowers. Right, okay, we get item, book of elements. Okay, so if we're doing a purple check, we can put dice up here. When placed, each player gains a cube on any card. Okay, view page, and if they've got any cubes on here, view page 24 of the Book of Vantage until the end of this turn. Okay, so we're going to tuck this in our grid. When placed, each player gains 1 cube on any card. I could put it on here. I could put it on the screwdriver. You know what? I'd like to see the Book of Vantages, but I'm actually going to put it on the screwdriver. Okay, there was more, however. You may push your luck to try steal another item before the Sentient notices. If you do, roll 3 skill dice up to 3 times. The final result includes a pair or 3 of a kind. Gain that. I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to read what happens if we don't. We're just going to do it. So I get to roll 3 dice 3 times, try and get a pair or a dub or a triple. We got a pair. I have to re-roll all of them. I'm going to stop there and take a pair. Right. If you do roll 3 dice, if the result is a pair, gain item 858. So if I got a 3 of a kind, I'd get a bonus. So 858 is, please don't be the screwdriver. Right, 858 is, it is a water pouch. Here you go. Ignore 1 heat damage. I can place heart rolls on here. When placed, place 2 boosts. So let's tuck this down here. Purify, so I can craft or do the help action to purify some natural water. If you're in a location with a visible source of water, fill this card. Okay, so we can refill it. So we get to place these on here. And what this symbol at the top means is if we want to use these actions, we have to spend a cube to do such. So we're going to have to take a cube off this card to do it, a boost off this card to do it. But we have a water thing. There was still more. If not, you are caught in the act. Either way, exit to 476. So we're going to take you out of here, tuck you here. So we bundled in there and stole a few things. Now we can't do any more actions here, so we're going to have to leave. I've got no skills. I could go north onto this little island. Don't know if that's the wisest move. Do we go south? I haven't been to 431, right? I don't think. I'm just going to quickly check. I haven't been to 431. I don't think I have. 431. This is the thing. I'm not very good at remembering stuff. 431. So it's on the back of this card. We have not. Okay. Should we do it? Let's do it. 431. So we're going to roll 1 die. It's a setback, so that goes back up there, and we get 431. Let's tuck this one back. 476 goes back. I don't feel like I've really integrated myself into society as we've crash landed and I've just gone around hitting things and killing things. Okay, this does not look great. If this is your first visit here, roll 1 challenge die in the center if possible. Suffer the result and refresh the die. Then go to 413, 723 or 728. Okay. It's a time thing, so I'm going to lose a time. Okay? A couple of new things on this card. First off, there's this thing, and it says 3 swirling water spouts churn the water around a leaf elemental. We need Flora. We've got this symbol. This is a new symbol that means if something's happening, we can do that. I don't know how my camera's got all out of whack here. We'll have to fix that in a bit. So we have to go to 413, 723 or 728. Let's go to 728. Don't know why, just chose that one. 728. Why are we going to one of these locations? I don't know. Did we get blown up here? What happened? If this is your first time, roll challenge die if possible. Sub the result, refresh die, then go to 413, 723 or 728. Okay, I guess we got ejected. A Sentient is talking to themselves, seemingly gathering courage to dive off the edge of a cliff. What? I mean, what? Okay, we can leap, listen, ask, teach, steal or subdue. I think we teach. That's what we're good at. We're going to try and teach them something. Okay, we're going to do the green action, which is what we're good at. So green action. We've got no skill. 728, teach. Teach this Sentient how to fall without injuring themselves. It's a 4 check. Now we've only got 1 die, so we refresh every single one of these in our pool, on our cards, and then we roll 4 dice because that's the skill, and we see how it goes. Okay, we can do a few things. We've got a time, so we can do that, and when we put a time here, we get a cube. So we've now got 2 cubes on here. We can spend a cube from the water pouch to put a heart there, but we could also put it here, and I can put this heart over here. So all good, but we've used most of our skills just to get to this point, which is not great. All good, we succeed. This one can go back up here. We succeed in our check. So we were teaching them, so 728. Your mandatory space cadet safety training course comes in handy from time to time. The Sentient is appreciative of your advice and they invite you to watch them attempt the famous leap of faith. If you agree, gain Sentient 1347 and go west to 722. If not, they request that you look for their lost hovertail that recently flew off to the east. I think we're going to watch them. We're looking for plants, not animals, although maybe animals lead us to plants, but we're going to gain 1347. Okay, we have Onyx the Frill Seeker. So we've got put orange dice here. We've got, if we're doing a boast action, we can do it. This one means if we're doing any action with this symbol on the card, so this one here, we can do that. We've got when placed, put 2 cubes on this. If empty, we lose this card, and we spend a cube. If the next challenge die you place on a card in your grid is blank, gain a cube on that card. So we'll tuck you over here into our grid. There was more though, right? Yeah, there's more. 728. And go west to 722. Okay, We seem to be jumping around all over the place. I guess we're not coming back here. 431. 722. Okay, we have this location now. Clouds drift in the large gap in the path. To the south, the path leads you directly through a series of tumbling boulders. Okay, we can leap, we can focus, we can ask, we can honor, we can gather, and we can duel. And if you look at the card very closely, there is a help action on this card. But honor is, we've used dice in all of our slots, so I'm not sure it's the greatest option for us here. Should we ask? I mean, that doesn't feel like it helps us too much either. We could gather, we might be able to get some plants. So we've got no places to put these dice, but I'm going to do a gather action. So gather in 722. 722. Gather intel about the gap. Okay, it's an X challenge. That means we get to roll as many dice as we want. I'm going to roll 1 because I'm scared. Okay, it's a success. You watch as the Sentient walks up the ledge and steps off. They drop into the clouds, but are instantly bounced up to the other side. Tears stream down their face as they walk away. For your next action this turn, decrease by continue. I mean, we've just watched someone jump off this thing and jump up. We're going to do it, right? Let's do the leap action. We're emboldened, that's the word, to do the leap action. 722. If he can do it, we can do it. 4 skill check, leap across the next. So that means it's a 3 skill check. I've got nowhere to put these dice. Here we go. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. I can spend a cube to put one here. So I'll do that. That's the first thing. I have nowhere else to put a cube. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll this one. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take this penalty so the morale goes down by 1. But we do it. 722. Leap north across the gap. Clearing this particular gap ignites you in an unexpectedly strong sense of satisfaction. Go to 723. Oh my god. A pillar of stone seems like a nice place to have a chat, but you are all alone here at the northern edge of the wide chasm. Okay, we can commune, which is what that orange symbol is. Feels like it's probably, I needed to put some cubes on Onyx the Frill Seeker, right? We can scale, we can study, we can commune, we can practice, we can scavenge, we can cleave. I mean, I do have a habit of chopping down towers. There's a big orange symbol here. Let's commune. So we're taking the engage action. It did suggest talking, right? So it feels like a nice place to... Okay, 723. Commune X. Commune with the Lore Stone. Okay, I'm going to do 2 dice. Okay, we get 1 of these. Perfect. And we get 1 of these. That's all good. So 2 action was spent. You center yourself, becoming 1 with the Lore Stone. It speaks to you, revealing the next step in your journey. Roll X skill dice and gain skills of 1 type from the result. You may continue with an action matching the result. So how many did I roll? 2. So we're going to roll 2 skill dice. Okay, we got a help and we got a thing. I'm going to take the help action rather than the take action. Although we are trying to get plants. I'm going to take the help action. Okay, let's just make sure I got all of that right. So this was 723. You center yourself, becoming 1 with the Lore Stone. It speaks to you, revealing the next step in your journey. Roll X skill dice, gain all skill of 1 type from the results. You may continue with an action matching the result. So we're going to practice, I guess. Okay, I probably should have looked at what those other things were before deciding what we were doing, but we are going to practice. So let's grab our practice book 723. Practice 723 is a 4 practice, an ability that might be useful here. Practice an ability that might be useful here or in the surrounding area. So I am going to do a skill check of 4. I'm going to spend 1, so it's 3, and we only have 2 dice in the pool, so we get to refresh everything, and we are doing the green action. We get 3 dice. Okay, we get to place 1 of these here and gain 1 of these. This can go back up here, and you can go in here. Okay, not too bad. So, gain the leap ability 1486, scale ability 1503, or force ability 1512. If you choose the scale ability, you may continue with the scale action. Well, I think I'm going to, maybe. 1503, let's do it. We have the scale ability. So we can spend move cards or scale cards or cubes to do the scale. When we do a scale, we can gain a scale. So it's not going to help us straight away. A move check of 4 scale requires a nearby tower. Put your region look storybook with page 2 of the Book of Vantages on your view. Okay, so we're going to tuck this in here, and we may continue with the scale. We're going to continue with the scale. It's probably a bad idea. Let's do it. 723 scale. Okay, scale. It's a 4 skill check. Scale the tower to the north to get a better view of the surrounding area. So we're doing 4 skill. I don't have anything to do. I could get a skill check here, but I'm just going to roll these, I think. Okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So I can take one of you. Let's take you and put you here, and I gain a cube on this card for it. I'm going to put you back, and I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll. That's bad news. I can place a heart here. Do I just take the hit? It's going to put me down to 1. I'm going to re-roll 1 more. Just see if we get something better. I should have kept with a heart, really. Okay, that's not too bad. Right. Okay, so we were scaling. The particularly low, the peculiar lily. What's wrong with me? The peculiarly low gravity of this part of the world has wrought a fantastical but dangerous landscape. View page 40 of the Book Advantages and gain 2 boosts. Page 40 of the Book Advantages. Okay, interesting. Here we go. This is what we see. Look at it. So we've got a compass to the north. We don't really know where we are. We could really do with a "you are here" thing. How do I know? Where's a tower? Here's the stone with the thing on it. So we must be near that. Can't see a tower on here, but what have we got? We've got some ruins over here. We've got this big wall to the north. We've got some sentients maybe dotted around. This looks like the city that we started at. So we've traversed quite a distance over this cliff. This is pretty cool. I like this a lot. So just to zoom in a little bit so you can see exactly where I think we are. This is us here. This is the gap we jumped across. I guess we head this way, right? To see what we can find up here. Northeast, there's a tower. I want the tower. Right, what else were we doing? 423. And gain 2 boosts. Okay, don't mind if I do. Right, there's no continue or anything. So we're going to start trying to head northeast. We're going to go to 729. So that's a move action to go to 729. Let's roll the skill check. It's a heart. I've got nowhere to put a heart. I can spend a cube to put a heart up here. I'm going to do it. 729. Sorry, you didn't see any of that. Right. This is where we're heading. This one's got quite a lot on, so I'll zoom in a bit for you to see it. If this is your first visit here, roll 1 challenge die from the dice pool. If possible, suffer the result and place in center. Then go to 413, 723, or 728. Why do I feel like I'm getting teleported around. Rocks swirl around you. Some slamming into the ground, others melding into a massive stone elemental. The traveller is speechless. Okay, so he doesn't know what's going on here either. Okay, we get oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, that's not too bad, right? So we refresh the dice. Do we refresh the dice? Roll challenge 1. If the dice pool is in the dice pool, if possible, suffer the result and place it in center. Then go to 413. 723. Okay, I'm going to tuck this down here. So we rolled a success. Sorry, I appreciate I wasn't showing you that, but we rolled a success. And we are going to pick a location. 728. We went to 728 before. Let's go back there, right? I think it's on the other side of this card. Hold on. This is where we came from. Let's not go there. Let's go somewhere different. Let's go to 413. Should we go somewhere completely different? No, 723. Let's go there. That's where we started. That's not where I want to go. Right, we've been here. Okay, no, fine. We're going to 723, and I'm going to travel to 729, right? Because then it won't be our first time here. So let's take 1 skill check to go to 729. It's a setback, that's fine. We get to travel to 729. Oh, look where we are. 729, right. If this is your first visit here, it's not. So we get to do what we want to do. We can summon, prepare, greet, release, siphon, or slay. I mean, we have to try and release, right? We're going to try and release. We're a medic. We're here to help people, not do all of this violent stuff. 729. This is going to be a tough one, I suspect. 729. 5. Release the elemental from its tether. Okay, please be nice. We don't have 5 dice, so we're going to refresh. So all of these go back up here, as do all of these. Okay, and then we're doing a 5 check. I've got no skill, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we do have some places to put these dice, hopefully. Okay, we got 2 successes. We got a setback, which I'm going to tuck in the middle here for now. We don't have to do that. We could put it in a place. Okay, we're doing a check, so I'm going to put you here and gain a cube. We're doing a check. We don't have any of these. I can place you here, and then I'm going to tuck you up here. Okay, so without its tether, the elemental imprints into you instead. Gain elemental 1405. If you have it, lose the matching elemental curse. Oh no, 1405. What does it mean it tethers to me instead? 1405. We have the stone elemental. Place to put cubes. Place to put hearts. If empty, lose this and gain 1 heart and 1 engage. And when placed, we've almost filled our grid. When placed, gain 3 cubes from adjacent cards. Okay, I've got 3. I'm going to tuck them. I appreciate you can't really see this. I'm putting these 3 cubes on here. Guessing it means transfer them from here to here. Okay, and this is the only adjacent card, but there's no re-rolls, but this might come in handy anyway for other stuff. Okay, we did it, right? It doesn't say anything else. Release, if we haven't got the elemental curse, so we're done here. We can go to 413, we can go to 723, or we can jump off the edge of the cliff. Let's go to 413. I don't think we've been here before, I'm not sure, but 413. Okay, 413 says a large lotus thrives. I've got to do a check because we're moving. Okay, it's a time. It's a time. Do I have anywhere to put time? I don't have anywhere to put time. I'm going to spend my last one to re-roll because I don't really want to take that. It's a refresh. That's not as bad as losing a time. We could do something over here. We still don't have any cubes on this because we haven't really been doing any purple checks, so we don't have any cubes on that to benefit from. We can wander, we can smell the lotus. A large lotus thrives among the seaside vegetation across the intent. We need to pluck it, right? Because we need Flora. This is our way of achieving our goals. We're going to have to pluck it. The red book, 413. This is probably something really bad. It's like a symbol or something to this place, and we're just turning up and plucking it. 4 check. Oh no. Okay, we have nothing to negate this with and nowhere to put overpower check. Okay, we got 2 successes and we lose 2 time. I've got nowhere to put these. This is us done, I think. I don't have anywhere to put them. I can't put them in any of these locations. I've got no re-rolls. I think I'm done. Who'd have known picking a plant would be so dangerous? There's nowhere for me to put these. This one requires be doing a purple check. All of these are other skill checks, not red. I think I've made a terrible error, guys. Spending our cubes to put down here is what's finished us off. If I had these, I could have re-rolled. Let's just see if I'd have re-rolled these 2. What would have happened? We'd have been fine. Oh well, look, you learn something new. So this says when any token reaches 0. So this was they were time, right? So this goes here. When any token reaches 0, read the mission entry in the Take storybook. The Take storybook, and we're going to mission. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. We're going to 1580. You travel to this planet to immerse yourself in botany. You are exhausted. Choose one. If you completed a destiny, we didn't. If you completed a mission, we didn't. If you feel that you had a fair shot in this incomplete mission and it's time to move on, end the game taking the knowledge you gained. If you feel that your ultimately untimely demise happened far too soon, whether or not you completed the mission, you may rally and take one final chance. I mean, we should do it, right? Let's do it. What happens when we take one final chance? Refresh all challenge dice, roll them, and gain time, morale, and health results. So we refresh all of them. Now, does that mean we refresh all of the challenge dice? I think so, right? Refresh all challenge dice. Is there a comma? Refresh all challenge dice. Roll them. Oh, that is horrendous. And gain any health, etc. equal to the dice you roll. So we get 2 health, 1 time, 1 morale. Okay, that's us done there. So we're going to carry on for a bit. In all honesty, I think when we play this, more often, I will likely say, now we stop there. We had a shot, we gave up. Continue playing with all the dice refreshed in the challenge pool. Does that mean I can do an action here? Does that mean I'm done doing an action here? I don't know. I'm going to assume we can take the same action again. It's not wise. It's really not wise. I am going to do something different. I'm going to flirt with Onyx. That's what I'm going to do. It's a skill check. We turn to 1347 in the orange book. Let's have a little flirt. We've been stuck on this planet, wandering around alone. Those guys didn't invite us to do anything, so let's go to 1347. Taking the flirt action. Flirt with the Sentient. It's a 6 skill check. I may have made a terrible error. Oh no. Well, we got a reprieve, right? We thought we'd act on impulse. Okay. So we get 2 successes. 2 successes. We get 1 setback. We get a heart, which we can put here. We get a time, which if I spend a cube, I can put up here. And we get a star, which I cannot put anywhere. Oh, if I spend a cube off you, I could. So we did have 3 cubes down here. So I'm going to spend a cube off you to place you here. Perfect. Okay. Where did I get this cube from? I don't know if I'm meant to have that. I'm going to throw that away. Okay. Right. So we have flirted. What happens when we flirt? Oh, hold on. This is not the right flirt. Is it the right flirt? It is the right flirt. Flirt with a sentient. Choose the matching response based on how many boosts are on your sentient. Do not spend the boost. I've got 3 because obviously, no, 2 now because we spent 1. Roll 4 skill dice. If there are at least 1 engage result, the sentient reciprocates with confidence, brazenly diving off a boulder in front of you. Gain 1 boost on the sentient. Okay, so we're going to roll 3. Is that right? No, roll 4. Okay, so any orange symbols are good. We got 0. We got 0. I've never been good at flirting, to be honest, guys. Not even with rock boulder people. Right, okay. Now we have to move. Let's go to 115. 115 coming up. I feel like this adventure has been all over the shop and I've done nothing. Just wandering around like some lonely sheep. Right. Oh, look at this. Remember when I said about going north? 115. Attached to a broken bridge. Oh, hold on, I need to roll. It's a time. We're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. I cannot negate it still. I think we're dead. I've got nowhere I can put this. I've got no symbols. I've got nothing. I think we're done. I think this is what kills us. Traveling to this thing after trying to pick a flower is what ends our adventure. What a success that was. But I don't know what it is about this game. I think it's because it's so kind of loosey-goosey in what it does. I really like it. I can understand why it won't be everyone's cup of tea. You know, having a very loose sort of mission to do, picking up things and then not encountering any more shipwrecks. You know, I get it. I get why some people won't like it. Look at this. This is different as well, right? This would have been a whole tower on a bridge. I'd like to have gone and seen that. There's something smoking in the background. It would have been great if we'd have gone there. I really like this. I think this is one of those where it depends on a mindset and an enjoyment factor of kind of creating your own stories rather than playing through a story. And I feel like I'm quite happy doing both. One of my favorite games on the computer is RimWorld, and RimWorld is like a colony builder, but the story is told upon who arrives at your colony and who you meet, and you know, and all of those things. It kind of evolves into a story of character rather than the colony being built. So this feels a bit like that. There's not that, you know, there's not really an interaction type thing. I'm taking an action without having any real clue what the outcome of that action is going to be, or if I'm really honest, in some cases, what the action is. I mean, we've turned up here and this says trade. Who am I trading with? There's no one here. Who am I trading with? But I like it. It's just exploration, right? It's a storytelling exploration tool without necessarily being too heavy, too gamey. I don't know how it's going to be the multiplayer. I suspect in my group when we play, two of us will like it and two of them will hate it because it doesn't guide you through a story. You know, I think that's what it's going to end up being. You know, there's going to be a divide in it, but I will get it to the table and I'll try it and I'll let you know sort of a full feedback when I do. I've done 3 missions. I've not succeeded 1 yet, I don't think. So that tells you not necessarily about the difficulty. I just think it's because it's so random. You know, find Flora, we only found 1 plant, and when we tried to pick it, it killed us. So it kind of gives you a good indication of, you know, not everything's going to be handheld, and you know, you will fail in this. You take what you've learned. I don't know if I learned much. You know, we've got an image of a region. If I remember that region J, I can try and picture what it looks like. But you can't turn back to that book. You know, ultimately, it's a one and done thing. I really liked it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I got anything wrong. Let me know if you picked this up. Let me know if you've been thinking about picking it up. Let me know what you'd have done different. All of those things. If you have any overarching objectives that we can try and fulfill, you know, maybe complete every destiny, maybe, which is going to seem unlikely. Maybe, as I say, unusual things. Flirt with have a relationship with a rock elemental, whatever it is that you think, based on what you've seen here today, and if you've watched any other playthroughs, if you played it yourself, let me know. We'll start a list of those objectives, and we can have at least something overriding at the start of every drop, I guess, to the planet's surface. Really intrigued by this. It's such an interesting one. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Follow us on TikTok and Insta and all of those things where you'll see updates about what we're doing. And if you want to support the channel, go and check out Patreon. We've got other plays of this on there. We've got way more content, different videos, behind the scenes stuff. If you want to go and check those out, it means a huge amount. It helps me make these videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.